Okay, so this is gonna be the next part of this like mirrored CP case where we have the two solved corners here and then either the opposites here and the solveds here, or the solved here and the opposites here. And just for this video, if before you watch this video, make sure to watch the kind of like part 1 of this series where I go over the easier cases, and it'll be part 3 for the ZBLL series, but like it's just there are all the easier cases and these are the harder cases, so just make sure to do those first. The rest, the other cases, it doesn't really matter which order you do it in, but for these it is more important to do that one first. But anyways, here are the first 2 cases. So how you're going to recognize them is you're just going to see there's going to either be, well, for both cases, there's going to be this kind of big block of like a solid block, like a normal block, and an opposite block. And you'll see that for this case too. You have this normal block and this opposite block, but where you see them is going to be different. So for this case, we have the solved block right here and the opposite block right here, and then for this one, the opposite block is right here and the solved block is right here. And there are other cases, like for example this case, which has the same thing, but you can see that there's a z-prime block there. But for these cases, you're going to recognize that there isn't anything else to recognize. So like for here, you can kind of like, you're just going to recognize that there isn't really anything else to recognize, which is kind of ironic, but it's pretty evident when you see this, and it's this specific case, and if it's not this case, then it is one of these cases. But anyways, how you're gonna solve these cases is going to be well, how you differentiate them is just where the solved normal block is and where the opposite block is. And so here are the algs. So for this case, you're just gonna do this f prime u2 f, like so. So like you can do it with thumb. It's better for this, I think, to do thumb, but you can either do thumb f prime or you can do pinch f prime. And then you just take out, so you take out this pair with the U2, and then you take this pair out with the U2. And now you're just going to solve them back again, but in a different way. So you're going to do U, and then like temporarily like pair this up. Well, not really temporarily, but that's just the move that we're just going to do this F move. And now we're going to insert the back pair, and then we're going to do a U2 and insert the front pair. Wait. So yeah. And then this next case, what you're going to do is you're going to take this pair out with a U2 insert, and then you're going to take this pair out with an F insert. And then same kind of thing with this pair. It's pretty simple. With this one, you can either do pinch or thumb, but make sure to do this thumb F prime. And then for this case, you're going to do an R, and then make sure to do this thumb F prime, because you're going to use your other hand for these moves right afterwards. And so yeah, so once you insert this piece, this pair, you're just going to insert this pair right afterwards. And how you're going to like recognize out of those two cases which one to do is you're going to do, for the first move, you're going to you can either recognize it by breaking up the normal block, or you can recognize it as preserving the opposite block. So for this case, it wouldn't be doing this and then starting that that alg because that preserves this block and breaks up this block. But you want to do the F, the one that takes it out with an F move first, because that does preserve this block for this move, and it doesn't preserve this block for this move. And then same kind of concept for this. So now you can't do the F, the one that starts with the F, taking out the pair out with F moves, but because this F move preserves this block and does not preserve this opposite block, but doing this R move does break up this block and does preserve this opposite block momentarily. So you would do this out. And then just for the AO stickers, it's just this back corner, so for both of the cases. So just here and here. So, yeah. Okay, so for this next case, we're going to recognize it by there being this opposite block either right here or right here. And then that's kind of all you need to know to recognize that it is this case, as long as you recognize CP with it. But you can also recognize that there's this block in the back either right here or right here. So how you're going to do this case is it's kind of like a mirror, but it's not like directly, as in like it's not right to left. And it's more of like a diagonal mirror. And what I mean by that is, well, it'll make sense what I showed out. So for this one, what you're going to do is an F and then a U to take this pair out. And then you're going to take this pair out so that it splits up. And then you're just going to insert this corner into this, not like the pair. You're going to just insert this corner. So you do a U2 and then an F. And then you're going to insert this pair, but first you're going to do an R prime. And then you're going to do U2 and insert the pair back. And now for this case, you're going to take out this back pair with the first two moves. And then you're going to then take out this pair by splitting it up. And then just insert this corner into this, like so. And then we're going to put this pair back in, but before we do that, we do an R prime F, and then, oh wait, this is inserting the pairs, or inserting the corner still, and then you do the F prime, then you insert the pair, then you do a U2. So, whoops. Should be right here, I think. Yeah. So the AO stickers are, it's just gonna be this front corner for both of the cases. And yeah, you differentiate the cases by just where the opposite block is. So if it's right here, you kind of do the first move in relation to where this is. So you do the F move there, and for this one you do the R move. So yeah, like you wouldn't do this because that isn't in relation, kinda. You would do this. And then same thing for this, you wouldn't do the F start, you would do the R start. Because it's right here. For finger tricks, it's a bit more complicated. So you're gonna want to do a pinch F because you're gonna use your left hand. So you're gonna do flick, normal, and then you're gonna push. You can drag, but I like to push here. And then U2 with your right hand. You can do the pinch, but I think it's just easier to do with your thumb because my finger ends up right here. So for me, it's easier to just do that thumb move, and then do this, and then finish it off like that. And then for this case, it's gonna, you want to start out with this push U, and then the pointer, the index finger F prime, and then U2 with your left hand, or sorry, you do this, and then that, and then you kind of gotta do the overwork your fingers a little bit, but you just gotta do it. And index, and then push the U, U2, F prime. Okay, so these next two cases are just, you can recognize it by having a block, and then we're gonna kind of have the Z-perm pattern, and you can kind of tell from this point, but if you just twist this corner, this pattern would be a Z-perm. So just you can kind of see that just by the green red stickers here, the red green red here. It kind of just looks like it's gonna be a Z-perm right there. And then you just have this block on the other side, and there's one that has the Z-perm block on the left and the block on the right, and then one has the block on the left and the Z-perm block on the right. So how you recognize it is kind of by the angle that you do it. So if you have the Z-perm block on the right, you're just gonna hold it from here. And then if you have the block, actually, just all you need to do is put the Z-perm block, these three pieces, you want to put them in the front right. So as you can see, these are in the front right here, and these in the front right here. And just based on this, you can tell which case you're gonna do, because for if you have it from this angle, you're gonna do this. Alg. So you can either think of it like an L move or R wide. I like to do R wide, or I mean it's kind of the same thing. It's just okay. So it's just like this. You kind of take out the pair, and then you kind of insert it into like this, as if it were an F2L slot. And then you do this kind of, you can do an M move, but I like to do L R prime, and then you do this F move, and then make sure to do this with middle, and then pinch this. And so this next case, if you have it from this angle, you're gonna do this alg. So you're gonna do a fat F or a wide F move, and then you're gonna insert this pair, this green red pair, into this slot. But you're not just gonna do like that. You actually have to do another R move before that. So you just need to move this pair over here, and then insert it with kind of like a U2. If you were like right here, it would be like a U2. So like that, and then from here you do an S move, and then you're kind of, and the rest of this is kind of just inserting the back pair while finishing off the OLL and PLL technically. So you do this R prime, and then you do an F move, and then you do a U move, and then you kind of cancel into doing a sledgehammer. So like if you were to do the R move, but it's already down here, so you can just do that. The finish off the sledgehammer. So those are kind of bad executions, but you get the point. So for both of the cases, you can technically use the corner as this back corner as the AUF sticker, but you can also, for this case, you can use this edge right here, and you can use this edge here for this case. Okay, so this next case, you're just going to recognize by having a massive H-perm block in the back for both of the cases, but then you want to recognize it by where the opposite stickers for CPR. So you just want to hold it so the CP is the opposite of these two. If these two corners are opposites, and you can see them both, that's how you want to hold it. So not like from here. I guess you can kind of see it, but you want to so it's like most visible. So right here, and like not right here or here or here, just here. Same kind of thing for this. I guess this is the most visible place for it. Okay, so that's not, I guess it's not the most visible place, but like you want to hold it so that it's visible, but also this like the arrow is like pointing towards you. So like you couldn't do it from here because the arrow is like pointing that way and not towards you. But you can for here. Same kind of thing for this. You can't do this because that's pointing to the back, but it is now pointing kind of towards you. Anyways, so you're gonna, based on which angle you get it from, that is how you're gonna determine which alg you're gonna do. So if you get it from this alg, or this angle, sorry, you're gonna do this alg. So you're just gonna take out the pair, do a U2, and then kind of insert this corner in here, and like cancel into doing a comm between this piece, and this piece. So just like that. And then you're gonna cancel again into a U2 insert. So like that. So again, you take this pair out, do a U2, kind of insert this corner in here and then instead of just doing the R prime, you cancel into doing a comm between this, and this, like so, and then you cancel again into this U2 insert. And then the AUF sticker is just this corner in the front. Okay, for this case, for the AUF stickers, it's just going to be any of the edges. So, because we're just swapping, for this case, it's kind of just swapping the corners in a way. Well, no, it is. It's all you're doing for the alg is swapping the corners. So, how you do that is you start off with an F prime, and then you kind of, I like to think of it as like taking out this block. So you just do an F prime, and then you do an R prime kind of, and then to take this out. But then you cancel into a comm. So you're gonna do a commutator between this piece, and this piece. So how that's gonna look is you're gonna do F prime, and then R, wide R, wide R, and then you do this R prime kind of, and then you do the commutator, and then you do this F2, and then like that, because it's kind of canceling into doing an L. It's like canceling from doing an L or like a T into, it's canceling from doing a T into an L into doing like this LOLL, or I guess it might be this, I think it's this TOLL. Okay, so this next case is just going to be, it's just gonna have, it's like kind of symmetrical, but kind of not in the same way. So let me just show you what I mean. So for this case, we're gonna have an opposite block here and an opposite block here, but then we're also gonna have this edge block here and this edge block here. You don't really need to pay attention to those though. Just pay attention to the opposite blocks. But then on this case, we also have two opposite blocks that are symmetrical, kind of, and then we also have the edge block that you don't need to pay attention to, but they are symmetrical as well. The difference is, on this case, we have the opposite block like right here, and then on this case, we have the opposite block right here, like right here. So what you want to do is you want to recognize just by the first, just by the block in the front, or the one where it's facing you, or like facing the back, whatever. And so you want to start the arm move so that it breaks up the opposite block from this block where the arrows are facing the block. And then the same thing applies to this. And it'll make more sense once I show the algs, but well, here are the algs. So for this case, and they're just mirrors of each other, so pretty simple to learn. So you just take this pair out, just take this pair out like this, and then set up this case. Or sorry, actually, you don't do that. So what you want to do is you want to take out this pair, but then you want to cancel into a commutator between this piece, and this piece. So you start off like this, and then put this corner in, and then put that back. Then you just do a U2, and then you just want to solve this case, but just make sure not to do it like this, because that won't solve it. Just make sure to do it like that. And then for this case, we're just going to do that same thing from the back. So we're going to take this pair out and then cancel into a commutator between this piece, and this piece. So like so. And then we're just going to solve this case. So we just do a U2 and make sure to not solve it like this. And instead, you want to solve it like that. So there you go. For both of the cases, it's just the AO sticker. Well, there is an alternative for this case, but you just want you can use, for this case, you can use the sticker, but also just this corner and this corner both work for the AO stickers. For finger tricks, pretty simple finger tricks. Mostly it's just recognition that's difficult for this case. So, but anyways, it's just, very normal. Just make sure when you're doing this, you're alternating fingers so you just don't overwork them. But otherwise, it's like pretty standard. Okay, so just for this last two cases, how you're going to recognize it is, well, it's kind of complicated, but what you're going to want to recognize is that of this, you're going to want to use this block in the front to see that this sticker and this sticker are opposite, and that this sticker and this sticker are opposite. And I don't really know what to call this, but that's just like the only thing that I could find that really stood out to me. So yeah, as you can see, these two stickers are opposite, these two stickers are opposite. And the only real way to recognize the difference between these two is the CP. So for this case, these two are the same, and for these two, they're opposite. And the AO sticker is just the same for both of them. It's just this. It's just the sticker right here. So yeah. So for this alg, when they are opposite and you have the block, that block, you're gonna do this alg. It's a bit complicated, so, and there's not really a good way to explain it, so I'm just gonna do it and try your best. So you're gonna like start off kind of like this, like taking out this part, and then making like this pseudo pair kind of, and then you do a UD, and then you do that thing, and then you put this corner in and this pseudo pair back in, and then you just do this thing. So I don't know. Actually, the AO sticker might not be. Okay, so actually I found out that the AO sticker is actually just this corner right here, so yeah, just use that instead. And so that's the alg again. For finger tricks, make sure to start with thumb on bottom here. Do this and make sure to do both these moves at the same time. For this, you can push, but I like to pinch. And then D, and then I think it's better. I think usually I would do a double flick, but it's better to do an Ido here. So try to do that, and then like undo one of the moves of the Ido there, and then you kind of pinch right there. So yeah, that's just how you finger trick it. Anyways, for this next case, for this final case actually, where we do have the solved, these pieces are solved, and we have this block, this weird block. How you're gonna do it is you're just gonna use this alg. So I'm gonna do this kind of weird way to take out this pair, like that, and then we're gonna put it back in while doing a D move to do this, and then we're gonna take this pair out with a wide move insert, and then fix the rest of it. So fix the cross, and then you do a U, and then a hedge, or excuse me, a U prime. AO sticker is like right here, like I said, and finger tricks. I don't even know. I don't know if this is actually the best way to finger trick it. This is just how I do it. So I do this like flick, flick U prime, kind of from OH, and then push both of these. Take these while my hand's on bottom. Take this out, and then a D, and then R, U prime, and then pinch, and then while I'm doing this pinch, reload my hand, and then do this. So yeah, that was the second part of this COL, both of these COL sets. So yeah, hope you enjoyed, and thanks for watching.